Now let's get a reaction to President Buhari's speech from a public affairs analyst, Yinka Oyeniji. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you, Lord. Happy New Year to you too.
Now, what's your opinion about President Muhammadu Buhari's speech?
And, you know, the president said we should choose our words and be civil when we're commenting about political issues, but I've tried as I have.
But you just have to be
I'm telling you the truth. I'm doing my best. It sounded like a military leader who was trying to convince the citizens to still give him more time to do anything. I mean, I've followed the trend, okay, from the independence speeches, the inauguration speech, the New Year messages of the president since the inception of office, and they've always been filled with promises. Now, I looked at the entirety, okay, of that speech. Put at 100%, I would say it was more 40% of trying to buy confidence again from Nigerians. And I don't know if Nigerians have the patience of the next 12 months, all right, to say, let's see what this government can do. So for me, it was more of trying to patronize Nigerians rather than anything else.
Well, let's look at some of the achievements that he mentioned. He scored himself high regarding the Niger Delta and, of course, tackling the Boko Haram insurgency. You don't agree with him?
I'll tell you some things that the president was, he was not totally economical with the truth. He made some statements of truth. But I would also say that the president didn't consider that Nigerians would be able to sit down to analyze that speech. Number one, he was talking about the Niger Delta. I know for a fact that Port Harcourt, as we know it right now, is going through environmental crisis. Everyone has been talking about the black suit in Port Harcourt, all right? And I've asked myself, even though people have made mention of it on social media and all of that, what is the cause of that black suit? And you'll be surprised. I'm told from sources that military men are destroying illegal bunkering activities in that region. And that what they are doing is that they are just firing shots at petroleum products that were illegally mined whatsoever. Now, the direct result of that is a black suit that is being experienced in Port Harcourt. How can you then say that you have resolved Niger Delta crisis if, as of today, we have an environmental crisis on our hands in that region? Even though nobody is making noise about it, even though nobody is championing, okay, public discourse to say, let us examine in details. That's number one. Now, if you are talking about Boko Haram, I find that laughable as well, okay? Just about 3 weeks ago, presidency informed us that they were going to withdraw $1 billion from our Sovereign Wealth Fund to tackle Boko Haram. That was the first thing they mentioned. And then the next thing, the vice president tells us that it is not only to fight Boko Haram, but to fight insecurity all over the states. How can you in one breath say you have defeated Boko Haram and then you are taking $1 billion and then you come back again and say that you have defeated Boko Haram? I'll tell you some measures that have been put in place to tackle the menace of Boko Haram. First, we have international funding, okay, to resolve this Boko Haram crisis. It's going into millions of dollars. The president has forgotten that he mentioned this Boko Haram issue on the floor of the United Nations the last time he was addressing the United Nations and asking for support. Okay, and then he comes back again. They want $1 billion, and he's saying to me again, look, the law with respect to the Northeast Development Commission, which is a direct solution as propounded by this government against the issue of Boko Haram, is there waiting for his signature. Having asked to withdraw $1 billion, all right, outside of the budget, outside of the loans that we have collected to tackle insecurity, outside of budgetary appropriations, all right, the $1 billion we are talking about, a lot of people, a lot of agitations has also arisen in Southwest and in the Niger Delta to say, if you are giving $1 billion to tackle Boko Haram, we also want our own funding. If not, you are going to rise up in arms. So it was an attempt, and I'm trying to be as civil as possible. The president attempted to pull a wool over our eyes with respect to the defeat of Boko Haram or otherwise.
Well, I can see that you're very passionate about this, but there's more to be talked about. Now, what's your opinion about young people running for president in Nigeria? Do you think that the young people have any chances?
Well, this is what I'll say to you. It will be unfortunate for this present government to believe that the young people do not stand a chance, all right? Because you see that I'm talking passionately. I've left family engagements today to address to this. This year is a year of revelation. They should take note, all right? Whether they think that the young people have the chances or not, everything shows that this government doesn't have a direction. Now, I thought you were even going to be talking to me about the infrastructure that you talked about and all of that. There is not one. The only project that the president made mention to say that is ready for use is, I believe, the Lagos-Kaduna route, Lagos-Kaduna rail route, which the past administration started. Every other project that the president was mentioning are projects that are not going to be completed till 2023. Including the Mabila project. We are not fools, all right? Now, even if we do not have, I speak as a young person too, if we do not have chances or we are not, seemingly, we are not prepared for governance, we already know what is wrong. Now, that is obvious, and we are not running away from that.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us on Network Africa.
I also appreciate the few minutes.
You'll have
Thank
a
you.
great 2018.
Right. Thank you.
Well, elsewhere, South Africa's president is wishing his citizens a happy new year in a message that outlined progress made and work to be done, especially in skills and economic development. President Jacob Zuma described 2017 as an economically turbulent year for his country, but promised that nothing will be spared to achieve the government's radical socio-economic transformation, which will remain the focus in 2018.
We will need to put extra efforts together to reignite the economy and promote growth, and also to make it inclusive and beneficial to all. The program of radical socio-economic transformation will thus be the main focus of government in the year 2018, and it will inform the delivery of our programs. Through our industrial policy action plan and other programs, South Africa will continue to promote investments, particularly in key strategic sectors such as energy, manufacturing, transport, telecommunications, water, tourism, the oceans economy, mining, and agriculture. We will also continue to lay a firm foundation for greater growth through our infrastructure rollout program. We will also intensify investment in education in 2018. We have already, over the years, expanded access to free education for children from poor households. More than 9 million children attend no-fee schools, which represents at least 80% of our schools. We will continue to eliminate mud schools and inappropriate school structures, replacing them with state-of-the-art buildings, especially in rural areas and other neglected communities.
Coming up after the break, Liberia's newly elected president, George Weah, faces high expectations. Do join us again.